Alright, we got a new villain confirmed for Spider-Man Brand New Day. First trailer for Insomniac's Wolverine game has dropped. Jeremy Renner gives us a small update on Hawkeye Season 2, and I will be reviewing Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 5. So starting off with the Spider-Man news, it has now been confirmed that Tombstone will be in Spider-Man Brand New Day, and he will be played by Marvin Jones III. All in all, pretty sweet casting. I totally see Marvin pulling this off. He did voice Tombstone in Into the Spider-Verse. He didn't have much lines in there, but the few he had, I thought he was good. I think Tombstone's a pretty similar character to Tobias Whale, which Marvin Jones played on Black Lightning. Although I will admit his performance was a bit hit or miss for me on that show, yet I still think he will be great in Spider-Man. It's also crazy that he almost played Tombstone in the cancelled Spider-Man spin-off El Muerto, so as far as upgrades go, this man went from the cargo hold to first class. I really love Tombstone from the Spectacular Spider-Man, where he was a badass, and they actually used him on that show because they couldn't use Kingpin, so I wonder if there's any connection there, but overall this is great news. Moving over to some Wolverine news, we finally got a trailer for Insomniac's Wolverine game, which was announced a while ago and kind of forgotten. Then there was that big leak Insomniac had, which brought up the possibility of the game being cancelled, but here we are now. The game will come out in 2026, which will be an insane year for superhero games, because we also got the Captain America Black Panther game coming out next year, and the new Lego Batman game, so that's all hype. This trailer looks amazing. The graphics are top tier. Wolverine's face and the detailing are really good. I love how bloody and R-rated it is. Every time Wolverine swings those claws, you just see every drop of blood, which is the way it should be. The suit is also pretty good. I wish the blue was a bit brighter, but if you're able to equip Hugh Jackman's Wolverine suit from Deadpool Wolverine in this game, I will forgive it. I do wonder what kind of mechanics they'll have in this game, because I feel like for Wolverine, it's just, kind of the claws, like left swing, right swing. I hope there is something more in there, but for someone who's not a big gamer, I am so fucking excited for this game. Now, talking some Peacemaker, episode 5 has come out recently, and I thought it was a really good one. It was a bit short, and I strongly believe this episode and episode 4 could have just been one long episode, but it is what it is. So much happened this episode to where it almost felt like a season finale. The opening of the episode is really good and gave more context to Rick Flag Sr.'s relationship with Hardcore, along with another great transition to the intro. Then after the intro, we have a great scene of Peacemaker going to meet up with Hardcore in the park and just avoiding getting sniped and right away knowing Hardcore is wired up. I love when things like this really showcase a character's skill and intelligence. We find out Hardcore is actually on Peacemaker's side and even tried to warn him. That kind of surprised me because I thought she might actually betray him and then later on realize what she did. We also finally got the interaction between Rick Flag Sr. and Peacemaker this episode, which was as brutal as I expected it to be. I thought it could have used more dialogue, but it was still really personal and you felt everything in this scene. I even felt conflicted as to who I'm rooting for at certain points. But the ending of the episode is where all the emotions just kicked in, with Chris leaving his universe and going to the second one. That scene where he looks at Eagly and asks if he's ready for their next adventure was so great, and then everything that followed with the letter and the montage of the second Earth, along with Vigilante crying, was honestly incredible. On the smash for pass scale, this episode was a smash, and I'm so excited for the next 3 episodes, which are apparently insane. Moving on to some Hawkeye Season 2 updates, where Jeremy Renner says he still wants to do a Season 2 after having many discussions about the shape of that season. We got a negative update on Hawkeye a while back where Jeremy says they offered him a Season 2 but for half the pay, which I totally understand why he wouldn't agree to it. But now he seems to be a bit more positive about it, so maybe they had some conversations and negotiations. Hawkeye was my personal favorite MCU show, and I've really wanted a Season 2, but I don't know if it isn't a little late now, and especially since right now we have the Avengers movies coming out. If anything, I would love Hawkeye to get a movie in between Doomsday and Secret Wars that semi-connects to them somehow, since he is the only OG Avenger to not have a movie. But I don't know, again, I really loved that first season, so I would be hyped for Season 2 if it ever happens.